Hello everyone, this is Hamlet Carthage, and welcome to my first online Rome Total War multiplayer battle. So today matches up the Greek army versus a Seleucid army. I control the Greek army, and let's just take a look at what my army is composed of. Okay, so I have 10 units of Spartan hoplites. I have the updated version of what the Spartans look like, and I think they look a little better than what they used to. I have 2 units of these heavy peltists, 3 units of Cretan archers. They're actually pretty good archers in this game. Not many archers outmatch them. And then I have 1 unit of incendiary pigs because I wasn't sure if my opponent was going to bring elephants or not, and pigs are good against elephants. I have 1 unit of heavy onagers, or onagers, I don't really know how to say that, and then 3 units of Greek cavalry, and 1 general's armored bodyguard. And I also have the mod that makes the online generals look like the single player generals, and this one specifically, so that's what my general looks like. Anyways, alright, so I'm going to cut out now, and then in a moment, when my opponent's army, when he's done, I'll show you his. Alright, so let's take a look at my opponent's army. My opponent is DeadlyKiwi, and he is controlling the Seleucid army. He has 2 units of archers. 1, 2, 3, 4. He also brought 10 units of pikemen. He has silver shield pikemen, which aren't a match for fully upgraded Spartans like I have, and he knows that. He also brought, I believe, 3 units of these silver shield legionnaires. Right now he has them in testudo formation to protect against archer fire. He has 2 units of armored elephants, which I am quite wary of in this game, though I'm really new at this point to multiplayer, and so I wasn't. As you'll see, I think we're both actually kind of new because the way we both play this match is kind of off. He also brought 1 unit of onagers, and he has some, I believe, 3 units of hidden cataphracts right here in this forest. Alright. So this is a bridge battle, and to start it off, he is sending 1 unit of Silver Shield Legionnaires to try to soak up some archer fire. And pretty soon here, I don't know how soon, but pretty soon I tell my archers to stop firing because right there, almost. Pretty soon here, I'm going to tell my archers to stop firing because it's useless and it's just a waste of arrows. And I've sent 2 units of Spartans to block the bridge. In the meantime, both of us are firing our onagers at each other. There we go, see? So this part of the battle really isn't that interesting, except for the fact that, so I might cut out here, but really what you need to know is just that we kind of are dealing with our onagers at this point, trying to see who's going to make the first move. And so I'm moving up my heavy peltists here to kind of support my Spartans. They'll throw javelins at any enemy who gets close, so his archers are out of range right now. He will be moving them up, but my Cretan archers are going to take them out really quickly later on. Oh, so he moves up this unit of Silver Shield Legionnaires, and they just get slaughtered by my Spartans. And there's some javelins from my heavy peltists there. Now he's moved up his own pikemen, Silver Shield pikemen, to block that route. So at this point I figure it's kind of a waste to use these guys until one of us tries to cross the bridge. So I kind of move them back a little. And yeah, there you go. He is hitting these guys pretty good with his onagers, so I move this unit of Spartans back because I mean, they're already depleted pretty well. Wait, no, I guess they're not. They're still at full strength. I forgot, this isn't a large battle. This is just normal size. And these guys are going to get decimated. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut out here and kind of fast forward to a little more exciting part. I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so basically all you guys have missed is the fact that we've been dealing back and forth with our onagers, and these guys have just been getting hammered by his onagers. As you can see, they're at half strength now, and he's moved one unit of his archers up, and there we go. My archers have much greater range than they do, and I have 2 units to his 1 over here, and they're much stronger than his. And as you can see, already his are at half strength, and he's going to be moving this unit of archers up too, and even just the 1 unit of my archers over there is going to take these guys out. Pretty soon here, he's going to try to make a move over in this direction that I'm going to show you here. In the meantime, I'm going to show you this destruction that's going on. Oh, there's one of my onager shots. At this point, I didn't know that fire arrows from archers could make elephants run amok, and so I was kind of just wasting my arrows, but oh, here we go. So what he does is he takes 1 unit of one of his hidden cataphract units. This is what they look like. Kind of cool, actually. And what I didn't know about this map was that this is the one bridge map that you can actually go across this part on. I did not know that. There's just enough of a shallow spot where you can move across. And like I said, I did not know that, and so I was not paying any attention to that side of the map for any of this. And because of that, as you'll see, I actually lose quite a bit of men. It's really ridiculous, actually. But yeah, so basically, while he gets his men across, almost nothing goes on. So I'm going to cut out again until something slightly more interesting starts to happen. Okay, so at this point, I'm like, these guys are almost dead anyways. Might as well get my use out of them and move them forward and try to attack and do whatever kind of damage I can to here. And he's still, what's amazing is, he's still over here. They're walking across the river. I never ever noticed these guys until they've, like, as you'll see, they'll take out quite a bit of men. But yeah, he just walks them. It's amazing, all the way over. But anyways, so these guys have just gotten slaughtered because for some reason when you try to move men in pike formation across a bridge, they have a really hard time staying in formation, which is stupid. Like, as you'll see here, they leave guys walking back, and it's pretty ridiculous. So until you can get men across, it's really hard. And even then, like, you'll see these guys get across and just start to fall apart and use their swords, and it's ridiculous. Alright, so I think he's out of ammo with his onagers now, and I'm almost out, but I'm still just blasting away at him. I'm causing some casualties, I mean, not that much, not like he did to me with my 1 unit Spartans, because I'm just letting mine fire randomly. He still has 3 archers left that I'm just not even bothering with, because they can't really do any kind of damage to me. That's what remains, what's left of his archers, all the dead bodies on the ground. So So like I said, here they go. They just kind of break in formation and one at a time are getting slaughtered. No, okay, so he is all the way across, still just walking, and I'm sure he's absolutely astonished that I've not yet noticed him, because there should be no way I didn't notice him, but as you'll see, I was completely oblivious. There's what's left of that unit. Just 3 of them trying to, yeah, 4 of them. They're just gonna get destroyed. So I'm moving another unit of Spartans up. I'm like hoping, okay, maybe another whole unit trying to, instead of saying attack, what it was doing was giving an attack order. What I was hoping is maybe if I just tell them to move across to the other side, maybe that'll work in the same formation. I think that's what I do here, and it works a little better than before. They seem to be staying in formation a lot better, and they'll just run into these guys and then fight them. And that's how I get across here. In the meantime, he's still moving these guys up. And I still have no way. I'm still like wondering, okay, how do I take down these elephants? These are, you know, the top-notch, best elephant units you can get. They have a ton of armor, a lot of hit points, but I'm just hoping that my Spartans or maybe those pigs will do it for me. Well, they kind of fall apart here, but somehow they get back together enough that I actually think they take out these guys amazingly, and I'm able to move the rest of my Spartans across. Alright, pretty soon here he's gonna make his move with these guys. I can't remember, he either has 1 or 2 left hidden in that forest where these guys came from. Yeah. Even disorganized Spartans, when they're fully upgraded, can do a lot of damage. I bet he's still surprised. He's probably waiting for me to try to do something about those cataphracts when I don't even know they're there and they're right behind me. It's kind of ridiculous. He could have moved his entire cataphract force behind me and I would have never noticed. Alright, there they go. So they're rushing this pig unit here. There they go. They immediately take out those guys. Alright, so now I'm rushing my mercenary or my heavy peltasts across to try to support what's left of these Spartans. It's like they've made it across the bridge. I'm gonna start moving the rest of my Spartan force up. He's chasing the rest of these pigs handlers down. What's amazing is even after I realize what happens and I take this unit out, after I lose my whole general unit except for my general and this whole unit right here, it's not until I realize that both of those are gone that I finally take this guy out. I still at first was completely oblivious and I was wondering, okay, why in the world are my pigs gone? But I was like, oh, it wasn't until after I watched this replay that I actually truly realized what happened and how these guys get across. It was ridiculous. I was really proud of my general though. He takes out like 6 of these guys, which is amazing. There's one. Alright, so these guys get involved just because they were near enough. But yeah, it wasn't until I noticed that like one of my Greek cavalry units were routing that I actually realized something was wrong. Alright, so here we go. Here's what's left of that one unit that actually made it across and took all these guys out. You see the giant pile of bodies there. And finally, able to move the rest of my Spartans across. I don't know why I'm moving these guys back, but there's a whole unit of Spartans that's able to come across there. These guys are still getting destroyed. These cataphracts are down to about half strength though, just because of the long drawn out fight. They are probably some of the best heavy cavalry in the game though, if not the best. And I'm fighting with the light cavalry, so pretty soon I'm gonna notice that something's wrong. But it's only my general now, and he's fighting 12 cataphracts, and he still manages to take a couple of them out, which is amazing. Alright, so I have these guys, and they're setting up in formation because I've finally told the rest of my Spartans to move across. And I think at this point is when I noticed something was wrong, and I tried to get my general out of the way and run away, and didn't work, so I had to rush the rest of my cavalry in. And the charge takes out enough of them that we can finish them off. There we go. And I just barely saved my general. Alright. So that threat is finally done. And I lost half of my cavalry, but my general unit's still alive, amazingly. So these guys are completely out. They're just waiting for orders. I believe my archers still have ammunition left. In any case, he sent in some of his Silver Shield Legionnaires to try to take these units out before, and now he's sending in his elephants. So, but if I hadn't had fully upgraded Spartans, I don't know. I probably would have lost this battle. How stupid I did this. There you go. See, they're just tossing them all around, but I don't know even how I took out that elephant right away, like that. There you go. There's another one down. And this, it gets really hard to see. It's just like a giant. It turns into just like a giant mess right here in the middle. Yeah, if I hadn't had fully upgraded Spartans, there was no way I could have won this battle. Okay, so I have my archers firing, just trying to get as many kills as possible. I'm moving with these guys just to send them into the mix and into the blob. Now all of these archers are actually out of ammunition. That's why they have their swords out. And so I'm just going to send them into that giant mess too. Just the more troops, my philosophy at this point is the more troops I have in there, the better chance I have. So now I've turned into flaming arrows. I don't know if I knew that or just liked flaming arrows or something, but that actually gets that guy to run amok, and so he starts to just kill his own troops. I think I might have known actually, now that I think about it. It's just that I was stupid enough not to, I don't know. Yeah. But there's no way I would have won this if I hadn't had fully upgraded Spartans. Because they're fully upgraded Spartans are some of the best infantry in the game if you know how to use them. Because they can do a lot of damage. So I sent in what's left of my cavalry, and now, like I said, strategy-wise, this battle wasn't great, but I learned really quick. I mean, you kind of have to if you're going to do multiplayer. So now, these archers are out, and I'm rushing them across, just my last bit of troops, just whatever else I can. So these guys still do have some ammunition, so they're tossing them. Oh, there goes my general. Alright, but hey, the rest of his army that I know of is right here, and my army's kind of on the left there, and it's just a giant. Obviously, we're a little mixed together, but there's his general. If you're wondering why our generals look the same, it's just that same culture. or same type of culture, I guess, like the Greek and Macedons and Seleucid armies all kind of have the same looking general, and this guy though, that's their general, but the skin is actually the Alexander skin from the Rome Total War. Alexander, like, I don't know, add-on or bonus pack, I don't know what to call it, addition to, or like one of those side games from the main game, and I chose to put him into it for the Greek culture just because I thought it would be cool to play as Macedon and have Alexander the Great lead them, even though it meant having him lead the other cultures too, the other like Greek type cultures. So my men with their superior morale and higher damage, well, my Spartans, and the fact that we're slowly starting to assign these guys, get a lot of them to rout, which means we can just start to slaughter them. Like I said, it's just a giant mess. If you can, like, not many men are actually left alive, and you can just see that's all bodies right there. It's just mixing with the elephants. The elephants make it a little hard to see, but so I'm trying to move my archers around to catch these routing men, try to hit them from behind. But yeah, it's just a giant mess of bodies. Oh, and here come these peltists are finally out of ammunition, so I'm rushing them in just to try to finish off what I can. By all rights, I should have lost this battle. It's ridiculous. But there we go. There goes his general. And I cut him down. Okay, so now, I mean, I don't know how I made it. I mean, look at the carnage, the elephants, and just thousands of bodies right there. It's crazy. And actually, I don't honestly think I've ever seen another battle with that much carnage in that small of an area. But anyway, so at this point, I have all of my, or I think all but one unit, that unit of 3. All of my other units, my phalanx units, are out of phalanx formation, so I can run them just to try to chase down fleeing enemy. And at this point, I mean, normally an enemy player would admit defeat, but like I said, at this point, this battle I didn't know that because it was one of my very first battles. But it's just good etiquette. But with this battle, it ended up being okay because he actually had a trick up his sleeve that, you know, it almost worked out for him. So, but still ended up being okay that he didn't admit defeat here because he had one last ditch effort that could have worked. And like I said, I don't know, he might have either just 1 or 2 units of cataphracts left, but I think it's just 1. Now that I think about it. 2 units probably would have wiped me out. 1, I just managed to survive. Like I say, once again, he takes me completely by surprise. This guy is actually really good about, maybe just because I'm new, but this guy was really good about surprising us. So, I wouldn't have had the patience to, like, keep a guy hidden that long. Honestly, with that giant blob in the middle there, I probably would have rushed every unit. Just like I did, I would have rushed every unit I had in there. I wouldn't have left any hidden unit there. So, alright, here's his last unit of cataphracts. I finally got these guys out of formation. What I kind of like to do in the very beginning when I started playing this game was at the end of a battle, I always like to chase the enemy down and kind of set up what was left of my army. There we go. He takes out that unit. But I always like to try to, like, when I first started playing, I always like to set up my army just kind of symbolically and say, hey, you know, I won and chased you off my ground kind of thing. And so that's exactly what I'm doing right here. And I just barely noticed him. I just get my men to phalanx formation just in time, which never ever send cavalry directly into a phalanx formation. They will just get destroyed, even great cavalry like cataphracts. And so now, I mean, he's slaughtering my archers and stuff, which might make them run away, I don't know, but then I just gonna send what's left of my smaller phalanx force into them, which manages to take them out. See, there you go. 2 units are running. But fortunately I had a small contingent left of heavy cavalry. There we go. I was lucky. That's the only way to say that. Alright, so I deployed with 682 men and had 884 kills and 156 remaining. DeadlyKiwi he deployed 920 men and he killed 607 men and had 22 remaining. So good game to him, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and wait around for some more content that will be coming out. Thanks.